And our discussion is going to be talking about Bible contradictions. And I'm putting together a little set of little things. And if you listened to last week's show and downloaded it, there was a little Bible contradiction that was tacked onto the end. I happened to get one recorded with Vonnie here, and I'm going to play this for this show. You're going to have two, not one, but two. It'll be one tacked on the end. You have to wait until the show is ready and download it, and then you'll be able to hear it. So, but since we're talking about Bible contradictions, let's listen to one right now.
Hey, boys and girls, it's time again to talk about our favorite subject. Contradictions in the Bible. According to the Bible, is it good or bad to be wealthy? Psalms 112, 1 through 3 says, "Blessed is the man that feareth the Lord. Wealth and riches shall be in his house." But Matthew 19:24 says, "It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God." Did you like that, kids? Would you like to hear more?
Yay!
Sorry, but you'll have to wait till next week.
That was cute.
Thank you. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I will now.
It was fun to do, though.
It was a lot of fun. Well, anyway, the contradiction we're going to talk about is the one that was actually mentioned right here. Is it supposed to be good that you're wealthy or bad that you're wealthy? Because, you know, religious people like to play this whole card with that. If you are wealthy and you're not religious, then all the money that you made comes from the devil. But if you're religious and you're righteous, then any money you make comes from God. So apparently you can have money or not have money. It doesn't matter. The whole thing is a total BS anyway, but that's just my opinion, of course. And of course there's a lot of evidence to that too. All right, what I'm going to do is we're going to put the time up on the clock, and we're going to do round table. So we're going to leave the discussion kind of open so everybody can kind of start speaking. When the clock hits 0, then I'll play the buzzer and we will be done. All right, let's just get going. Todd, Medusa, Vonnie, go ahead. What's your thoughts on the wealth of being able to be wealthy in the Bible?
Well, I heard a studious Bible studier who was of some import. It was like on the 700 Club. How good is that? Mm-hmm. Who tried to explain it this way. He said it's okay to have money while you're on Earth. Mm-hmm. You just can't have any when you die. Well,
wouldn't you get rid of wouldn't all your money go to somebody else anyway when you die? It's not like you can take it with you.
You can take it with you. I wanted to crawl in the TV set and throttle his little skinny neck.
Oh, hey, I would want to too. Todd, did you want to throw anything else in there?
Yeah, you know, isn't it amazing that some of the wealthiest organizations in the world have taken vows of poverty? Isn't that just fascinating?
It is.
Yes, I mean, you look at that crystal cathedral that was built. Did they really need a cathedral made out of crystal?
Yeah.
Did they? You know how much that costs?
You know, it's got to focus all those energy. That's why it's got to be a crystal. You know.
Yeah, bullshit.
No,
yeah.
Reverend Schuler, he was busy fleecing his flock, and then that went belly up. And guess who bought this crystal cathedral from them? A group of people who take a vow of poverty, known as the Roman Catholic Church, mm-hmm. which, of course, interestingly enough, literally has more money than God, whether you believe in God or not.
Right.
It really doesn't matter.
Oh, go ahead, Medusa. Go ahead.
Why aren't they having a yard sale?
Yes, that's what I'd like to know.
With all that gold, LeMade tchotchkes and candleware and what have you, that they could solve some of the problems of the world. They really could.
Yeah.
And they choose not to. And the fact that they have to take a vow of poverty is ridiculous. It just shows you how out of control they are. That they have to double down, double dare you, double promise you that they're not going to take any more money. I think that's just absurd.
Yes. Vonnie, you haven't chimed in on this. What do you think?
I think the Bible is a work of fiction, first and foremost.
Yes.
So I think that, first of all, one would probably want to define what they mean by wealth, because I'm sure the Jesus character probably meant by wealth, he probably meant like a pure heart, love, compassion, no ego, empathy. That would be wealth. To be filled with that kind of thing would be, you'd feel awfully wealthy.
Yeah, I suppose.
But then if you ask the Vatican, well, that's the kind of wealth their slaves should have. But clearly their definition of wealth for themselves is something entirely different.
Yeah, all that gold, and it's like, yeah, but we're poor over here. We want 20% of your taxes paid right to the Vatican Church, you know.
Yes, but sadly, because the Vatican has all the wealth, and because their slaves are looking upon, the Vatican as God.
Yes.
They think that wealth, they've been, they think wealth means to be wealthy like the Vatican.
All right.
And if they just keep being slaves, they'll eventually be like them. It's just sad how it all, things get twisted like that.
Yes, it is. It's really sad how the church. I was recently watching this video. It was deconstructing Christianity or something like words of that effect.
Oh, goodness, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's called decoding. It was called decoding Christianity, and one of the things was back in the day, what they would do is, and we talked about this on the last show, the Catholic Church would go around and get people to buy their ways out of hell or out of purgatory.
Oh, they still do that.
Indulgences. That's it. And they're still doing it apparently.
No.
Yeah. So it just. I liked what George Carlin says. He was all powerful, all knowing, but just somehow can't handle money. Because they only need a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more.
Isn't it sad that they don't realize that they're worshiping is a business?
Yes.
They're not worshiping anything other than Catholicism and the like.
Yeah, and the people, they don't understand. I don't think they realize that they're when they go to church, they're not worshiping their deity. They're worshiping they're worshiping the business that's giving them a false product.
That they're paying to exist.
Yes. Yeah.
It's no different than us in government.
That's like paying for an imaginary friend.
The same format.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, go ahead, Todd. What was that?
It's like the Church of the Subgenius, eternal salvation or twice your money back.
They're making you pay to play with their imaginary friend. Hey, here's my friend. Here's my friend Jeebus, and he's your imaginary friend. He can do anything that you want him to do, or he says he can do for you. But you got to give us a little cash, otherwise Jeebus goes away.
Jeebus goes to the big house, which is where I found the most Jeebuses.
Yes.
Sorry, that was tacky.
No, that's great. I liked it, but it's perfectly example of it that religion is nothing but a business, and it's always been that. It's one con man that just sold a bill of goods to somebody who didn't have enough brains to figure out, hey, there's an invisible man watching me. Oh, how do I get this guy to stop watching me, or whatever with the money?
It blows my mind, though. Have they not just to simply say to yourself, does God need your religion?
Yeah.
Well, if he's all that, he doesn't need a religion. If you took the religion away, the God would still be there.
Yeah.
So why do you need a religion?
Yeah,
just go straight to the source, man.
Exactly, and stop giving this money to churches.
Even if you believed in God, why are you pissing around believing in a business?
Right.
Well, then nobody would see you being religious, and that's what we really all want. We want to be seen being
there
religious.
You go, Medusa.
So in order to do that, we have to have a magic clubhouse for our friend Jeebus.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it all goes.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's our time.
We did it.
Yes, we. Well, we went a little bit over, but that's okay. But it was a good discussion. I think we finally got one of these round tables worked out. So next week we'll have another discussion. We don't know what it's going to be because we don't know what it's going to be until we talk about it. If you have an idea for a discussion you want or something you want us to talk about, leave it in the comment section here below on YouTube, and or at packardpokes@wordpress.com, and we will be sure to get that for topic for discussion.